I'll give you the level, right, of an ego, an attitude and arrogance of a comedian during this festival, right? At the start of the festival, a mate of mine, a comedian, said to me, "Is your wife due during the festival?" I went, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "She's going to give birth during this festival." I went, "Yeah." And he said, is it your first?" And I said, no, I've done the festival twice before. Don't applaud that! You should all be ashamed of yourselves for that.
Andrew Bird, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Not bad, thank you. Not bad.
Good. Well, straight off, you just had a baby. Congratulations.
See, this is how arrogant a comedian is. I thought you were going to just say just had a show, because I'm just out the... I need to grow up. I appreciate it. My show is called Andrew Bird's Village Fate, right? And there's not going to be a raffle. Let's get that clear right now. So, fuck, that didn't go down well at all, did it? I was like, what? Well, that's what I'm here for. Come on, we're going. I think a lot of people do it, don't they? You get to that age where I've got to go and do things and see things, and you go do things and see things and go, that'll do. And then you realise that your parents didn't buy your house with your social life in mind. It's not until you're older you realise that, and you look at the property market and, you know, the south-facing garden and realise that's what it's about. Or a lot of you did, surrounded by tiny villages, right, nothing to do. And you get to the point where you want to move away, do things, see things, try and make something of yourself. I moved to London and worked in a pub, right? What happened was, my best mate, he was moving to Canada, so he gave me his room in his house and his job. I was like, fuck, cheers, mate, you got a girlfriend? You know, I've sort of mocked, I've always laughed at it. I love the thing of in a village, there's nothing to do, so you've got to do things for yourself and arrange stuff for yourself, and the most weird things you've got to do, you know, save the albatross appeal and stuff like that. And since I've moved back, I look at it in a better way. I like it now. I get involved in it, go to fetes and stuff. But the city, I loved living in London. I do miss it, but then I don't get the people I don't get both sides of it. People who say, "Oh, I wouldn't want to live in London. Oh, so busy, people rushing about." You're like, well, that's because there's stuff to do. We don't all have to amble around in a field. You know, obviously we got married and she wanted to start a family. So we moved back to the country where I grew up. Right? I was like, fuck, I've just come from here. You know, it's made me look at my childhood, you know, look at villages from a different perspective. Is anyone from a village or lives in a village? But then the people who say, "Oh, I want to live out in the country," everyone knows your business. And it's like, business? You haven't got any business. You don't do anything. It's like, yeah, I don't want people knowing. You said you know my cousin Pete. Right, so you're from just down the road. You know my cousin Pete. Are you my dad?
It was quite a poignant moment, though, where someone in the crowd actually knows your cousin.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. I've had someone knew my cousin because it's about villages. People keep, and it says on the flyer, village in Northamptonshire. I keep getting people from villages in Northamptonshire, obviously going, hang on, coming to the show. One night there was someone in who was in because their mum knows my mum, and my mum told their mum to tell them to go to my show. So they were sat there like, I don't know, my mum just told me to come. So, yeah, I keep getting a bit of that. So we turn to page 3. I'll just give you a rough idea what's in every newsletter. Page 3, obviously they've not gone the same route as some newspapers with page 3. You can't really have that in a village, can you? Margaret, 62, from here. Villages, there's two attitudes. There's either kind of, oh, this is different. He's made the effort. Something different. We don't have this. We'll all get involved. We'll enjoy it. And then there's the other attitude of, makes you think we need comedy in our village. Who do you think you are coming here? Dave said something funny just last week. The village website, as though it's not all covered in the newsletter, right? It says, don't forget, you can go on it and read the minutes from the parish council meeting. Oh yeah, I mean, how sad would you have to be to go on a website and read the minutes from? But how sad would you have to be to print them off and read them out during your Edinburgh show? Here we go. Yep, this is happening, people. This is the minutes from the Farthingstone Parish Council meeting. Meeting opened at 7:40. Clearly should have started at 7:30. They're already late. So it's a cracking start, though. Resolution to approve apologies for absence. There were no apologies for absence. Good start, isn't it? Members' declaration of interest for items on the agenda. There were no declarations of interest. So, but the Blakesley one was the lady Janet run it all. She organised everything. I rang her the day of the gig, said, "Is everything all right? You need any help?" She went, "Oh, no. All the cakes are made." And I said, "Right, have you got the microphone?" She went, "Oh, no, we haven't done that." I said, oh great, you got cakes, you haven't bothered with a mic, you haven't thought of that. I did a World Village comedy tour. I did a tour of village halls and village pubs. Right, I say world, as close to my house as possible. Because comedy's become massive though, hasn't it? Comedy is now arenas in city centres. I thought, I don't want to play the O2. I do. Right, I do. Couldn't even finish that sentence without you lot laughing. But I thought I want to do the smallest gigs in the smallest places. Yeah, I quite pretentiously thought, quite arrogantly thought, I'm going to do a show about the people that goes to the people. I quickly realised it was a show taking the piss out of people to their face. That's a slightly different thing altogether. I've done the World Village tour. It was joking, you know, it was a bit of a joke, and it was like very nearby. It was all Northamptonshire, Oxfordshire kind of. But I'm thinking of doing a more further afield World Village tour and go to the strangest villages around Britain, go to like the smallest village, the longest village, you know, all different villages with different traditions. Most villages have got weird stuff, like some have got, think they have a scarecrow weekend, everyone makes scarecrows, you drive through it, you know, there's Bin Laden out a window and stuff like that. It's a weird
I suppose you can pick up some weird traditions and therefore generate a whole wealth of new material from anything. Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. I can't be writing stuff. I'll just visit some villages. That'll do. Yeah. So yeah, I might do a further afield, bigger World Village tour. Basically, it says in the newsletter, right? We need someone to help the parish council identify the trees. Now, I know the parish council aren't the brightest of people. I didn't know things had got that bad. Where you're just like, right, you're listening. Tree, that's a tree. Tree, 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 tree. What about the silver one? That's a lamppost. We've been through this. Tree, 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 tree.